Apple to the upside.
Yeah, Apple broke through that double top. 2-minute EWO is in effect to the upside. Isn't that funny? You guys look at the entire market is tanking out and look at Apple doing its own thing, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful, Coach.
Yeah, that's
Done.
Apple is like all my beer.
Yeah, it's like I'll just do what I want. You guys knock yourselves out.
Knew that they were investing what $500 billion into their all their U.S. facilities. So
Yeah, I saw that. What do you know, right? You create tariffs so people don't go overseas, and guess what happens? They stay here.
Apple fell asleep just going sideways.
Yeah, let me look. So Apple, I can see sitting on that shelf at 247.30, which is consolidation area. It's still to the upside. It's still staying up nice and tall. It's still extremely bullish. Everything still looks good on Apple. Yep, you got your 21 EMA sitting around 247.30. It's just consolidating sideways, looking for the next move, gang. If you guys are in 2-minute EWO, you're still set up for success. You hear me?
Yes, sir. We're still sitting in the upper half of the regression channel and trading view, so not heavy.
Yeah.
Right as you said, it wakes up.
Well, that's good. It's because it's still staying up tall. I don't see it heavy on the vine where you can start to see it right coming to the downside. It's just a consolidation area. That's where it's just taking a breather to the next move. You guys can see it on my screen here. Let me draw this out. So if you guys look at this, right, this is just its consolidation area. So as long as we're staying up here, man, this thing is beautiful. Nothing to panic about. This is why I want you guys to be in the mindset, especially my 2-minute EWO riders, right? You guys are golden. If you guys got in, obviously way lower than this, just take it easy. Shed when you're supposed to. Take some of the weight off. Now, if you look at the trade, so check this out. It went up, sideways, up, pulled back, shed, up, pulled back, shed, sideways. You see the difference? As long as it doesn't pull here, and then I would shed, I'm still in this trade, right? We're looking for sheds on pullbacks, not shed on consolidation. Hope that makes sense. Right here, Apple. Do you see how that broke through exactly what we were talking about at 247.30? Shed. Do you see it? You remember what I said? If it's consolidating, I leave it alone. If it pulls, I take. That's a take. You see the difference? Right here, Apple. Do you see how that broke through exactly what we were talking about at 247.30? Shed. Do you see it? You remember what I said? If it's consolidating, I leave it alone. If it pulls, I take. That's a take. You see the difference? Now look at Apple bleed out. Look at Apple bleeding out. That's why I said if it broke below that 247.30, I take. Do you see the difference between consolidation and a pull? Apple is now below VWAP, so you're all over that.
Are you enjoying your experience with American Dream Trading? Great! We'd love to hear from you. Your feedback helps us continue to grow and provide the best in stock market education to new and advanced traders. How about leaving us a review? Great! Just go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, click Write a Review, leave us a rating, and then leave your review. It's just that simple. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your feedback. See you soon.
Hello everybody, my name is James and I'd like to talk to you about one of the best decisions I've made joining American Dream Trading and how Coach Chad Christian has changed my life in so many ways that I can't count. One that means the most to me personally is the restoring confidence in myself and my ability to do better and be better. For that, Coach, I will forever be grateful. Thank you, and thank you for the community that you've built in American Dream Trading.
Welcome everybody to wrong one. I thought I stopped sharing that. That's weird how that keeps happening. Okay, there we go. Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. And today is Wednesday Watch Party. This is where we kick back, watch some of Coach's videos, we listen, we learn, we watch, we talk about, we discuss, we pick apart and we continue to focus on the strategies of Chad W. Christian, who is the owner of American Dream Trading, owner, CEO, mentor, and I'm proud to call him a friend of American Dream Trading. And we learn from him on a daily basis, because every morning at 9 a.m., if you're looking to really see what it is that we're, how we're learning and how it's different from all the other platforms out there, come check us out. He's live from 9 to 11 weekdays, right? From 9 to 11 weekdays. So you can check him out live and see why he drew us all in, because he is magnetic and he knows what the hell he's doing. Okay. Also, 2 p.m. futures training. If you're into futures, or if you'd like to get into futures, we have our very own Mark McSee, who is doing our futures training, and he is live from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. daily. So if you're looking for futures training, you want to come to us from 2 to 4 and watch Mark. And if you just want to wrap up the day, kick back, decompress, you had a green day and you want to come get some bragging rights off, you want to talk about some of the stocks that ran for the day, look at a couple of charts, go over some strategies. If you have questions and don't quite understand, you are in the right place. This is the Aftermarket, and we are here from 5 to 6 p.m. Sometimes we go 7:30 if the conversation or the game is going real good, maybe even 7 o'clock. It happens. It happens. But welcome. So tonight is Watch Party Wednesday, and we're going to go ahead and watch a couple of Coach's videos. Right now, we're trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers. Hold on, let me get over to that screen. Where is it? Trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers. Right now, we are sitting at 15,687 subscribers. Give it up for that, because that's nothing to sneeze at. Just a short time ago, we were at 10,000, trying to get him to 15. So we are steadily progressing towards that 16K, and then we'll only have 4K to go. Small thing to a giant. We literally just did that in achieving the 5,000 that we got since we were at 10,000. So yeah, let's keep it moving. Don't forget to make sure that you guys like the video. That moves it up the algorithm. Share it out. That's how we get more subscribers. And subscribe. None of that costs you a dime. Go ahead and do all three of those things for me, and let's get Coach there. Also, super chats. If you're feeling American Dream Trading and you like our live streams, go ahead and throw a super chat or two in there. Hey, we're trying to get to 10 a day super chat. So let's see if we can go ahead and throw some super chat money in there. Also, it is my birthday week. So if you'd like to tip the host, my host tip jar is pinned to the top of the live chat, along with none other than AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you're not a member, please go there and get signed up. We've got all kinds of specials to bring you in with a discount and get the training that you need. The free training is great, but the paid memberships is where the full meat and potatoes is at. No question. I'm going to go ahead and bring James L. in, because I see him waiting patiently in the backstage area. James, what's up? How are you?
Good.
That's good, man. So I had a very interesting day. You want to hear about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I decided to give futures another shot. And I said this earlier. So what I did, and this is something I have never done, I decided to go ahead and start paper trading it. I'm paper trading oil. I'm only doing oil. I'm only interested in oil. The indices beat me up a little bit too much. So I figured, you know what? Oil is a safe bet. It can chop you up too, but I like having one thing to concentrate on. I'm taking a page out of David Yanez's book and focusing on oil. And because when it gets running in one direction, you can clean up. And it's what Mark started with when he was paper trading, to get used to futures. So I figured, you know what, if it was good enough for Mark, it's good enough for me. So I went on ahead and put $700 in a paper trading account. I reset it to 700 from 1 million. And I did like shit today. I did not make $1. In fact, I had to reset it 5 or 6 times. But it taught me some things about my trading because I was very much how I am when I'm normally trading, right? When it was green, I didn't take it. I was waiting for it to do more. And that is not what you do when you're trying to scalp initially, right? You don't sit in them unless you're waiting for a 2-minute EWO. And there's a completely different entry for that if that's what you're doing. And I wasn't doing any of that. So I realized I am extremely rogue and I need to reel it in. And that's why I'm paper trading. No more real money. I am paper trading until I am absolutely trading like a professional should trade with the emotions intact, meaning fear, greed, impatience, all of that, discipline, until all of those things line up. Notice I didn't say any technical stuff. I know what the technical stuff is, but
Right.
when I get those emotions in check is when I'll be ready.
That's the paper trading is to get your mechanics down, not the
Including mental
feels, your
mechanics.
mechanics.
Yep. Including mental mechanics. So
I actually had an epiphany this morning myself that I kind of discussed in the live a little bit.
what was that about?
Well, in all the notes and rules that I broke and journaling and writing, did this wrong, did that wrong, did this right, so on and so forth. The one thing that never occurred to me to write anything about, and I contribute a lot of it to watching the videos and what Coach has been talking about, entries. I have a real bad habit of my trades are always red when I first get on them because I'm entering at the top.
Oh, well, I used to always talk about that in the pre-market. Yeah, that's a no-no.
Like I got in the 2-minute on TSLL this morning and I was watching the L2 and not watching the bars or the indicators. And I got in right on the top in paper trading.
Wow.
And so, I immediately cut it loose and I wait for it to come back down to the bottom of that regression channel on the indicators, the trading view indicators.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought more calls and wrote it back up to the top. And I sold them. And I wrote it back down. And I wrote it back up. And I wrote it back down. And then Riot, since, crypto's been doing so good in Bitcoin, I scalped some Riot contracts and scalped APM, but actually not buying at the top.
Good
so
for you.
Today is the first time that I actually wrote down in my journal
that you caught yourself
buying at the top.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love the pullbacks. What you and I are in right now is called a pullback. We are in pullback mode and watching now. Like, okay, let's hold on, because I know what I'm doing. I know what should be being done. But what's really going on? What's my emotions? What's happening? And I'm glad you did that because, yeah. Waiting till a pullback to get in is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. No, generally I was buying in at the top, sucking it up and riding it out, praying it didn't hit my stop.
Hopium, yeah.
Through the pullback.
Yep.
Because, the trend was up. So you just got to ride that. That's why you need that 25 to 40% stop, is to give it room to work.
That's it.
And, well, it helps a lot. That 25 to 40% makes a huge difference if you don't get in on the top.
True that.
Oddly enough, you don't come nowhere near or nowhere as close to hitting your stop when you don't start at the top.
Hey, you guys.
James. Hey, Marlena. What's going on, Marlena?
Hey, Don, I wanted to tell you one thing.
What's up?
Happy birthday. Check your Cash App.
Uh-oh. Look at this one. What did you do?
It's nothing. Just a little something. Maybe a lunch.
A little something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Don. I appreciate you and James. Both of you guys are wonderful people.
Let me like that. Let me put a heart on it.
You didn't send her a steak and ale gift card, did you? Because that's what I thought about doing.
You know what? And you would get showing up at your door with a big old fat.
They have salads.
That's true. That is very true. Hey, look, when we go out, that's what we. Hey, look, they sell salads. We don't have to get meat. So yeah.
But you do get to sit there and smell all that beautiful.
I know, that's why we don't go to places like that. If we go somewhere, it's somewhere that's going to be a vegan spot or something like that. That's why normally it's Chinese, right? We go to this place around the corner that sells sushi and Chinese, and we're always getting sushi. She gets an avocado roll, I get an avocado cucumber because I need a little crunch in my thing. Okay, and the mush. Don't do well with the mush. Spicy tuna used to be my favorite, but now I don't eat tuna, so I eat avocado cucumber. Good roll though, good roll. But yeah, that's our eat out sushi. But thank you, I appreciate that. And yeah, my birthday's Saturday, and it's I'm looking forward to it. Just gonna kind of kick back a little bit, and yeah, it'll be very relaxing. How did you do today? You heard our story.
Oh gosh, I didn't trade today. Again, I've been studying. I'm trying to really understand the candles. That's what I need to nail down.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, because that's what you should be doing. If Coach were in this live right now, he would tell you that is perfect. Don't trade, watch, train more, trade less. That's a saying that he always says.
Yep. And so that's what I've been doing mainly mostly this entire week, is just really just nailing down on understanding. Mm-hmm.
That is really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The coach has got a lot of training information on candles. Mm-hmm. He also recommended the what's it called? Don't start trading until you know these 14 candlestick patterns.
That's what I'm on right now. Just because I completed 2 of the books. Now I'm working on those the learning the candles. So that's my goal, is to get that down this weekend and just have a basic understanding. It's going to take longer than that, but I need to have some kind of level of understanding before I get out here and start really trading.
Well, something with that book.
Is Don showing us something? What you got up there, Don?
That's the book.
Oh, their journal. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Don't trade without learning these 14 candlesticks. Every one of us has gone through it. Yeah. You got it. That's your initiation.
Maybe it's just me, but I read that book like 5 or 6 times, and it wasn't until like the 5th time that it occurred to me that in the book he's talking about swing trading and recognizing those. I mean, the candle patterns are the same on any time frame.
Yeah,
but they are easier to see on larger time frames. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why I was overthinking.
I don't know that I agree, because you see those candle patterns that he's talking about like all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just, but if you're on a 1 minute scalping, how quick do you notice a 3 candle reversal?
You do though. You have to. You get
when you first started.
Not when you first started.
How quickly did you notice a 3 candle reversal?
I didn't notice shit when I first started.
Okay. Now when you first started, if you went out 30 days, how well could you see it?
I never did that though. I never tried that. That's interesting. Yeah, I never tried.
And that's I overthink things too much. I always want to know the why.
Right. Yeah, I never thought to go out on larger time frames or any of that. I didn't have that much intelligence about trading when I first started. Because I'm coming from not trading anything at all. The only experience I had was trading an Apple option once or twice, period. And that was because, a guy that I was cool with from another group that I was in, not a trading group. It was a sports group that I was a part of. He was into trading and scalping options. And, that's something every person should learn, blah, blah, blah. And finally, one day I said, yeah, what's up with these options you keep talking about? So he taught me how to do, scalping. But I didn't one lesson, you know what I mean? And I left it alone for like months. And then I came and I'm like, you know what? I want to get back into that trading thing. And I started I would happen to be on TikTok live one day, because I used to do TikTok live all the time. And just talking about 90 Day Fiance and all that. I used to review those shows. And I saw Coach quite a few times and kept looking at him and getting caught up in his live streams. And I'm like, okay, this guy really, the way he teaches, I could get with that. He's not over the top. He's not promising you're going to make a shit ton of money like a lot of these other places do. He's being real and actually teaching these people how to trade. So I don't think I've ever told you this, Marlena. So one day I was watching and I had like a couple $100 in my bank account. Not much. And I said, you know what? At the time he was doing a monthly premium for 110. And I said, you know what? If I make some money today, I'm going to go ahead and join this. I've watched him a few times. He really and I saw those pre-market setups that he would do. He was doing it live at that point. Now it's only offered to paid members, and rightfully so, because that day I made that $110 off of his pre-market picks.
Wow.
And he was doing them on the fly too. It wasn't written down.
I made that money and I joined within 15 minutes of me making that money. I was over there joining it. Wow. And have been a member ever since. That was January 3rd, because I remember it was New Year's resolution. I said, I'm going to get this trading thing. January 3rd, I joined of 2023. Nice. And I've been here ever since. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah. So the rest is history. And the cool thing is I've never kind of been shy on the mic. I was already doing live streams and stuff. So the minute I joined, I jumped. I couldn't get on the live. I couldn't get on the Zoom. I didn't know what was going on, and my payment didn't take. So I jumped on TikTok and started typing to him. And some of the moderators helped and everything. And then when I got into the Zoom call, I started talking to him like right away. I just couldn't wait to talk to him. Oh, and somebody said, you guys are making so much money. I remember it was Nana and Coach. They said, yeah, I feel like we're the fictitious land of the unicorns. Well, Dawn breaks out into her video mode, goes and gets on my video app and create this video of these unicorns racing by. You got the ADT logo in the background like the sun, and you've got these trees like they're on and these unicorns just rushing at you. It was, I have to admit, it was cool shit. Goodness. And Coach was blown away.
I know I know he loved that.
He gave me a premium. He brought me in as a member. He said, what did you do? You said you just got a monthly. Yeah, come on, let's go ahead. Let's get rid of that. You're a lifetime member. Oh, it was $750 to join lifetime. I didn't have that at the time. I had a couple $100. Yeah. And so yeah, he made me a lifetime member.
Yep, Coach is known for that kind of love. I love
it. Yes, I am one of the recipients. And then I became a mod shortly after that. So I have never paid for any of the memberships, but I have given him my life. Seriously, I have spent the past couple of years of my life in ADT, like literally glued to ADT. And my wife doesn't have a problem with it. In fact, she's a member. She wants to learn how to trade. It's just we got to get bills paid. So somebody got to work, you know what I mean? And she allowed me the freedom to come over here and really take this seriously and learn it the proper way. So, you got to love that. You got to love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had came across Coach Show through YouTube. That's how I found out. I saw you and you doing the aftermarket, and that's how I found out. And then that's when I joined, and I think I was gold.
Nice.
And, Coach was very nice. Some things happened, and he didn't. I say this. He didn't leave me on the side of the road. He came up on his camel and gave me some water and didn't leave me out the rock. I felt the most love. I could not even believe it. I said, Coach got the biggest heart I've ever seen. I hope he's watching this video because he knows what I'm talking about.
he dips in from time to time. He'll watch. We don't necessarily always know when that happens,
Yeah.
but he'll mention on the on the live. Yeah, by the way, I was watching last night, so he'll probably, if he sees it, he'll mention something about it. Oh, when we first came on, he would call people out because they would come on here and confess all kind of stuff, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I heard you last night saying you're not using stops. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, is awesome. Him and Bruno, the whole team, they are awesome. I can't even imagine anywhere else that can provide this level of service and community.
Well, see, and that's why I'm determined that there's no way I'm not going to succeed at this at a high level, because he's invested so much into me personally, right? And believed in me and believed in everybody that's in this membership, everybody that's in this group. So there's no way I'm not going to give back. There's no way I would ever take for granted what he's given me. And I know that people that he does that with, they take it very, very seriously. It's not like one of those things, oh, he gave it to me, so I'm just going to, hell no.
No, you don't do that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Very grateful, and you work hard at it, and you do what's necessary to get to your best.
Yeah, that's why I'm elated to be making videos for him now too, because I'm like, wow, I'm actually doing that for him, like seriously. You know what I mean? So it's a learning curve to actually start doing it professionally, where you're expected to have a certain amount done and stuff like that. I'm still kind of ramping up because I've never had that. I've never had to do that, but now I do. So it's taking me some time to ramp up, but I'm working on a video right now, and I'm the kind of editor that I like it to look really cool. So I do different graphics and things, which takes time, and they try to wean me off of that, but I can't help it. Before you know it, I'm putting more graphics in, and I'm trying to make it really, I'm trying to get quicker at it. But I've been on one video for like 2 days. I can't do that. Thank God he has other editors, but the stuff I make, you kind of, you know what I mean? It's yeah.
We can tell.
And I say this, I love your title sequence with James and everybody in the community all together. James, your testimony, I got to get mine up there. I love your testimony. It's amazing. I love it. It's perfect.
Hey, if you do one, send it to me. Send it to it.
I got it. I just got to put it together. I just been so busy, but I got to get that. Got to get it out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of the candle patterns, Jeffrey put in a link in the chat. A candlestick scanner that identifies the different candle types for TradingView.
Oh, he put it in the link. Let me.
Is that an app?
No. It's a script for TradingView.
Oh, right. David showed us that once. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. Thank you, Jeffrey. That's a really awesome feature that TradingView
I've still just got the basic TradingView, so I can't add anything else.
Yeah, I can add 3. That's it.
Yeah.
One day I got rid of one of Coach's. I think I got rid of like the one of them and added that in just to see what it would do. And for me personally, it loaded my screen up, so I took it back off. And obviously, I only had it on there temporarily to do that, but it loaded my screen up. So I'm like, I'm not even going to increase my membership to do that because, it loads my screen up. But for a new person who doesn't know what those candles are, dude, that is an awesome feature.
Okay.
It really is. Yeah, it's worth it.
Okay. Is that, what type of website is that? Is that like live? What is it?
TradingView?
Oh, is that what he sent? Is that link for Jeffrey? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Okay. Mine came up with something else. I have to recheck and see. Maybe because I'm bringing it up through Google Chrome.
Could be.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, things tend to do different in Safari versus Google Chrome, I notice. Like if you're trying to get into the stream on the phone, you don't want to do Google Chrome, you got to do Safari. But if you're on the computer, you want to do Google Chrome. It's just, I didn't know there were that many differences in that. It's crazy. So let's watch some videos, y'all. What's happening? And J-Dog, I saw the comment down there. He said he went back and watched the very first Aftermarket show. And that was funny too, how that came about, because it was I was doing reviews on my own YouTube channel, which, shout out to Coach, he got me over 1,000 subscribers. When I first came here, I had 600 subscribers. Coach stopped what he was doing and had everybody go over and subscribe. And I'm at like
we
1,200.
got you up to over 10,000 in like, what was it, 12 minutes, 12, 15 minutes?
Like 1,200. Yeah, like it was crazy.
1,200.
Dude, that was crazy. And it's still sitting there. That it's awesome. And I'm gonna go do some stuff on that channel too. I'm gonna start, reviewing TV shows and things like that whenever I get a chance to do that. But that was so amazing because, doing that, I was like, okay, I've already got live stream experience and I love trading. And I started talking about it on my own show, being a part of ADT and wanting to do something for ADT. So one day we're at the end of the call, right? Zoom call. And that back then we would just straggle in and out of the Zoom call, and it was up 24 hours, right? And it was me, Ralph, Christina, and I'll never forget the guy Cox that used to be a part of the group. We were like, I said, I want to do a show, just for ADT. And Cox was like, yeah, you should do something after the market. You should call it the Aftermarket. Well, Dawn that weekend created the Aftermarket. I created the logo. I created all kind of stuff, intros for it. And Monday we went live, and Coach watched it a few times and was like, hey, I want you over here. That's when I became a paid moderator. He said, okay, I'm going to pay you to do that on my channel. You can't do it on yours no more. So that's off the table, right? But yeah, bring that over here. Let's do that. I like that. So
what's crazy is I was in and out that same time. I just didn't talk. I was there listening to all y'all.
Yeah.
I just didn't talk.
Mark McSee, Mark stayed up on the show. You know how me and James are? Mm-hmm. That was me and Mark a couple years ago. That was me and Mark. Mark came on my channel and was on it, and Ralph and them. And then when I brought it over here, he would always, just like what James is doing. He helps me. He reads the chats, and he's just here helping, doing things. And that was what Mark was doing on here. And then I knew he would be good live. I really did, because on here he was cool.
Yeah.
Mark,
at speaking, he speaks real clearly and everybody can understand him, and he's
Are you kidding? He don't speak clearly. That's slurred speech, drinking all that moonshine.
He don't
speak clearly.
He is I love it. I love the energy.
He don't even drink. That's the crazy part about it. But I love teasing him. He used to tell people when the show was starting, because I would let him in. James is doing exactly what Mark used to do. And I would let him in, and he and I would be up here, and we could not get people to come on the panel for shit. And sometimes they would come, and he would tell people, if you don't smash that like button, he would put up a box of kittens on his screen and say he would go shoot them if people didn't smash the like button. Oh my God, Mark was crazy.
Oh my gosh. I bet you have some likes though.
Oh yeah, go watch a couple of them old Aftermarkets. You'll see. He was like, if y'all don't smash the like button, I'm gonna take care of these kittens here, and it's all your fault.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
It's funny talking about having other editors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think Bruno cares for my sense of humor.
What? Bruno is got a thick skin. Why? What makes you say that?
I know he posted earlier that he was looking for high energy, very talented social media experts to drive engagement. If you feel you have what it takes to take American Dream Trading to the next level, open up a help desk ticket and let's chat. Opportunity to be a paid position if you have impressive credentials. And I just replied, it's so close. Just missing the high energy, the social media talent, the credentials.
And did he not answer you?
He just scrolled right on past it. Like, I ain't got time for you today, James.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, listen, if you've got talent in that area, whether it be editing, whether it be going live, anything like that, and you're willing to do it for ADT, coach will bring you in the fold. He'll give you services, and if you're really good at what you do, he'll even put you on the payroll. So it's definitely worth it. He definitely gives people opportunities to shine.
Nice.
I will give him that.
Yeah.
Well, and I can't testify to it personally,
Yeah.
but just from what I've seen in Coach's tech channel,
Mm-hmm.
the sales, and personal experience.
Yeah.
Coach is one of those that firmly believes you get what you pay for.
Oh yeah, he only buys the best.
Yep.
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 Yeah, if you get one of his products, you're gonna get the best.
I don't want to speculate at pay scale if you can get on the payroll with American Dream Trading, but I can bet it's going to be damn worth it.
Coach is so cool. I would see all the members here doing stuff for free because he's that kind of guy that you want to help him get the word out. Just do it for free. That's my heart.
I could get $100 a video. I did not charge him. I put so much video stuff on Discord. Didn't charge him a dime. Why would I? He traded. He brought me in for free. Why would I make him pay? He paid me already.
Yeah.
So that's the way I always look at it. With the amount of money, especially now that he's getting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I could never repay him. Right. So I
feel
can
the
only
same
repay
way.
him. Yeah.
Everything he's done for me and everything I'm trying to keep up and doing, I feel like I'm letting him down. I'm not doing enough.
The only way I feel like it'll be even is once I hit that status, I'm going to scream it from the rooftops. And that way I will be able to repay him because people like to see success. And when they see it, it's like, okay, damn. Okay, that's real. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. I want to be a sounding board for him. You know what I mean? So, and I'm a person who goes live, so I don't mind people knowing what's what. You know what I'm saying? So when I get there, I'm going to stay, Now, if people start getting weird, I might have to pull it back. I hate to say that, but
you got to
mean like a member having a personal record and making $11 million in one trading day today.
He broke the previous record. What was it? 5.6 that Brady did?
Something like that. Yeah.
5.6 in a day. Yeah, he doubled that. Listen,
that's beyond incredible.
That's going for billionaire. He said the hell with millionaire, because got to be pushing 100 million by now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get on that 100 million mark, that's billionaire type shit. For real, for real.
Yeah.
So
I think that's pushing, which way do you want it to go today?
Right.
That's market maker money.
I can picture the trade being one of the hot stock picks because that member plays those. And that member has mentioned before that they brought 1 million shares of something. So I'm like, did they decide today to buy a couple million shares? Because it had to really be up there and moving. Because no, it can't be, because you can't buy 1 million shares of one of those because you'll get stuck.
No. They were playing SPX.
Okay. And it was either that they bought 1 million shares and it went up a few bucks, or SPX. So I'm like, because I told Jen, I said it's probably SPX. And that's insane. That is literally insane. And shout out to that member if you are watching. I am so impressed. I'm just, dude, seriously, that is awesome. Man,
that's not even.
Huh?
That's American Dream Trading. I mean, 11 million in one day. That's awesome. But it's not like he's the first millionaire
and won't be the last.
No.
Nope.
In fact, I can see another member probably doing something like that really soon. They're already up there doing it in a week's time. It's only a matter before they start doing it within a day.
Yep.
You know, they did over a half in a day before. I think close to 600K.
Yeah.
So only minus what, $3,000. So basically it was 600K. You know, that's going to be multiple millions in a day before you know, because they'll have the account size to be able to do it, you know? So it just, like Coach said, once it happens, once the faucet is turned on, it just keeps pouring in. And I see how that's possible, you know, because we're watching them do it.
Oh, yeah.
We're watching them do it. What kind of videos we want to watch today? We want to do some 2-minute EWO. We want to do some level 2. What do we want to watch? Scalping.
Let's do the 2-minute EWOs. Those are good. I know that's redundant, but that's always a good one, especially for beginners.
Let's do it. Let's
okay. I've got an idea, Dawn.
You got one?
You got access to the full playlist, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can go and look. If you find one, I'll find the other.
Okay.
Try to find the oldest 2-minute EWO video that you can. And I'd like to compare it to the latest 2-minute EWO.
I like that. I love your ideas. I like that. That's cool.
You know what I'm getting at, though, right?
What, comparing it?
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, I've been when we had the whole bounty thing, I've been going through a lot of the videos, old videos and new videos, trying to keep a balance on it. And I've run across a lot of them. And what are we? August 1st will be 3 years.
Yes.
The 2-minute EWO lesson 3 years ago has not changed in 3 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, hello, epiphany, light bulbs.
It works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, I found 3 of them. Let's see when was this one uploaded?
Now, I mean, he has added some more advanced stuff to it. The advanced 2-minute EWO, like being able to scalp inside of an EWO.
Okay, I think I found it. Let me double check this one. Hold on.
I'm gonna say the oldest one I've seen was 2 years ago.
That's what I'm looking at. Okay. Yep, I found that.
And actually, there's a few of them from 2 years ago. Oh, that's a good one. The back testing the EWO.
Yep. All right, so I think that is David's. That's the first time David spoke up.
Yeah, we ought to watch that one third.
Okay.
Because he doesn't really. I don't think he goes into specifics of the EWO, but David talked a lot about how he did it back testing and how many trades he was at. And
yep, it was more of a personal journey on that one. All right, you ready, Marlena?
Yes.
All right, everybody down in the chat. J-Dog, what's up? Put your seatbelts on down there, gang. Shout out to JC Trading. What's up? Oracle, what's happening? Jeffrey's down there. Eminem, hey, honey. Miranda, I saw you, murmur. I'm making a banger, murmur. I'm making a bet. Mikey D, Sweet Tea, what's going on? Chad H, Papa Todd, just want to say hey to everybody real quick. Palito Cantu, what's going on? Robin, So Flo, Tony DeLuca. We got a couple people in here. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button for me. Darn Cricket, are you here again? All right, I think we got everybody. And Marlena, of course, is up here with us. All right, let's do it. Let's hit the play button. Boom.
Yeah, so again, right here, a SPY at the open, right? Rocket ship, you got an indication right here, right? Also, your 2-minute EWO was looking good. So if you were doing either one,
James, mute your mic so we don't hear you typing, buddy. Please.
that looked good. If you were scalping the pre-market, that looked good. You got a warning sign right here. You could see it faded, pulled back as soon as it broke and held VWAP, which was the second candle. I would have got out. So you made money from here to here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm glad you said you would have gotten out because I would have too.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing too, of course, is always if I enter here and it rides up and I get this super trend indicator, this is where I shed some. So if I had 10 contracts, right, now I have 5 left. That's off of this point.
Okay, so look, Coach has been consistent all along. He always talks about shedding. He always talks about shedding 50%. Even then, nothing has changed in his trading. To James's point, he was talking about, and it's really low key. You can tell he was kind of new at talking about it, but that's the same thing he does now.
Then I would have let this ride down here. It would have broke VWAP. This would have made me nervous, and I did not like the second candle. The second candle underneath means for sure get out. Why? Because I'm in calls, and they went below VWAP, which tells me run away. Now, let's look at the rest of the day. Let's say you were scalping the rest of the day. Every time it went above or below this critical level, or of course VWAP, you guys could play it, right? So don't forget that's an all-day situation. That is not like a one and done because it's giving you a point of reference, which means you could have bought here. Of course, this would be to the opposite side, right? There's a put. Here's your call. And then you would have rode the rest of the day. See how it came down? It touched. It came down. It touched. And then it was gone the rest of the day. Do you see it?
Yep.
So if you guys are scalping these, don't forget, this isn't like a one and done at the bell. This is, you can use this for quite a bit as a reference.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep. So don't ever forget about that, though. It's not just a bell situation. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla looks like it did almost exact same thing. It did. Tesla is almost a complete mirror image here. Tesla at 211 is what you guys had marked. Yep, I can see you were using all this. Good marks, by the way. I like that. So same drill again right here on Tesla, right? So if you're looking at Tesla on the scalp, you're waiting for the break. There's your break. It did touch down below. You'd have to be very careful in here. Came back up to VWAP, and of course, we don't like the super trend. This is where we shed some, and as soon as it broke VWAP and held, we get out. So this one was a little bit tougher in this range. But again, we're looking at this critical level, and then of course, once it got past it, it could never come back down below VWAP. So another good thing, don't forget, is if you wait till 10 o'clock, right? This is like the 10 o'clock line. If you wait for 10 o'clock, you're going to get rid of this morning chop, right? Once the morning chop is gone, then we get to evaluate what is left over. And you can see here that it was then inside of that critical level that we were talking about, broke to the upside. There's your level.
Wait for the 2-minute EWO.
Yep, exactly. All right. So anyways, same drill again. Let's look at the
new trade. That's why one of the rules is don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last half hour, because that's the choppiest, most volatile time of day. And if you're going to get eaten up, it's going to happen there, most likely.
And even experienced traders in the first 8 minutes and last 8 minutes.
Yep.
Which Vegan said you forgot her, by the way.
Vegan, I didn't see you in there, baby. Love you. Hi, honey. I didn't see her in there. She's my favorite, Marcus.
Now with the 2-minute, you can see that it was all
I was telling Vegan
already on the break at the open, which was right here. There's your 2-minute confirmation right here. You just got another confirmation because, of course, it then breaks our pre-market level to the upside. But the cool thing is, if you were doing this off the 2-minute, right, you bought it. So anyways, if you bought it here, right, and you used your 25 to 40% rule on your call, pops up, pops up,
You just
and
talked
gone
about
for the
that,
rest of the day, and you bought it at this level. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Man, that's a
Yep,
beautiful
yep.
What's the
EWO
25
right
to
there.
40% rule?
that's on your 2-minute EWO. If you're doing 2-minute EWO, not scalp, those are two different things. You have to allow at least a 25 to 40% maximum loss on the trade. So if you paid $1 for your contract, you could lose up to 40 cents, which means at the end of the contracts, they're going to be worth about 60 cents. That's the maximum loss we'll take. They all have to still make sense though. So if you entered the trade here, right, and it goes back up here. Now remember, we always want to shed. If you had 10 contracts, first big pullback, we shed, right? You shouldn't just be holding the thing, hold the line forever, because you're going to miss out on an opportunity to make money from here to here, right? Then once it pulls back, it's up to you, right? So as long as soon as you go green, you want to have your stop at or at least what you paid. So right here, let's say you paid $1, okay? Right at that purchase line. So as soon as it pops up,
Now, don't get confused. He doesn't want you to lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account. That 25 to 40% is just within that trade only. And Coach also puts out the disclaimer, there's nothing saying you have to wait the full 25 to 40%. That's just, if you're a trader and you've been in here for any length of time, you know that look at them. They can be very choppy. That's just we've watched him do it. You give the trade room to work, right? So that it doesn't come down and stop you out. That's what that 25 to 40% is. It doesn't mean that if you see it coming down and it's already at a 10% loss, then it's 15%. Don't wait for it to get to 25%. Get the hell out of there if you see it coming. That's just if it does something initially, you're covered, you're low enough that it's not going to stop you out. But if you're sitting there watching it plummet, don't keep holding it. Don't wait till it gets to 25 or 40%. Get the hell out of there.
And see, that's what I was talking about not buying at the top.
Yeah. Yes.
Because when you buy at the top and you start out 8% in the hole, it's hard not to let it go even more, giving it a chance to breathe.
Right.
So
but
sometimes you can put 1 and 1 together and get 22. It just takes a minute to figure out.
Yeah. Listen, there's a couple different trading styles. There really is. I'm seeing, over the past couple years, I've seen different styles, and I've seen all of them have their quirks, but I've seen that all of them work in their own way. It just depends on the trader and what they're good at. I saw GC do waiting in the weeds and make money. I saw him turn into the ultimate scalper, right? I watched Mark do 2-minute EWO strategy and swore by it, and came in the pre-market and learned how to scalp the break and hold of the 9 and does it religiously and did what he has now done, right?
I remember watching Jimmy playing channels.
Yeah.
6 to 10 cents at a time.
Yep.
Oh.
And some people will tell you, Coach will tell you, if you get in a 2-minute EWO, sit in it. I don't care about those pullbacks. If you get in at look at the screen right here, right?
Yeah.
And this is reminding me of how I've been saying lately, the forest for the trees. Each one of these candles is a bunch of trees. But look at the forest. Look what direction it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get in at the beginning on that the next largest candle that shows you momentum, right? Look how they pull back. Look at the chop. But you got in down here. So even though all this is happening, you don't care about any of that. Look how long this pulled back. But look where you're at.
Right there.
It didn't affect you. It's all the way up here. You're in here. So you're still golden.
Making
you have Yep. Now you don't want to sit in this, right? Because look, you're here. If you draw a line, that's not a whole hell of a lot far from where you
Yeah.
got in at. You don't want to sit in that. But
No.
when it's way above you, look at that. Look, you could draw a line from the bottom of this pullback to where you got in. That's a huge gain right there. That's all of this.
Yeah.
So you let it run. You let it do that. And look, it headed back up. It could have very well came here, bounced, and made new high of day.
And that line that you're pointing to, right there, that one right there.
Yeah.
That one underneath the VWAP is the trend line, right?
This one here?
Yeah, it's a little tiny. I'll have to get my
I think this is the 200.
Oh, that's the 200. Okay. So when you say 200, that
Put
represents
it on full screen, Don. So you can see a little better.
All right, hold on.
Thank you, Don. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And Marlena, if you'll look down at the very bottom right, there's the little square.
I enlarged mine. Mine is as large as it can go on a 20 smart monitor. Okay.
But yeah, this is the perfect EWO trade because if you get in there,
much better. I can see it.
Okay.
Now. Thank you.
Yep. If that's the 200, I think that was the 200 that he had up there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he drew that out, but did he? He may have.
No, that was the 200 at the time.
Yeah.
All he used was the 200 and VWAP. That's it.
VWAP. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember him saying at the time he could do without the 200.
Yeah.
Now, just to confirm, the 200 represents the VWAP, right?
No. VWAP is volume weighted average price. The 200 is the average of 200, the past 200 candles or previous 200 candles.
Okay. The 200 candles. That's why you guys say the 55. So that means 55 candles or the 9 candles.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's the candle's duration. Like if you're on the 1 minute time chart and you're looking at the 9 EMA, where the 9 is giving you the average of the last 9 1 minute candles.
Okay, now point to where it says the 200, where you would see that are we supposed to, like, you know how you say that this is like on a 200? Where do you see that at? Like the number 200?
You don't.
You don't. That's in your settings.
It's color coded. So we have the 200 as right now, all of us have uniform colors. So that's how we can tell what line is what line, right? So he had the VWAP at yellow and the 200 looks white, but on our screen it's like light blue. So it's color coded so that we can tell which ones they are.
Okay. Well, and actually, if you look up at the top left, you'll see the different indicators are listed in the top left.
And it'll list them by their color.
Okay. Mouse at it, Don, real quick.
You see it right here.
Oh, where's your mouse at? Okay, let me enlarge that real quick. Hang on 1 second. I have to get on my phone because it's a lag on the computer.
Wow, it's not showing my mouse on here on the screen.
No, because you're on full screen.
Okay. Look in the upper left corner. You see that where it looks like a paragraph listed out?
Yes, I see it.
That's it.
Got it. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a key.
Okay. And you'll see the difference whenever we finish this video. And I've got one loaded up from just a month ago. You'll see the difference in the charts.
Okay. Because I have all my indicators up. Everything is all working, doing its thing. It's just making sure I understand where everything is at.
Yeah, you're good.
No. 2 years ago, we didn't have coaches trading indicators yet. I think TradingView was barely used.
Well, how did you guys do it without the indicators? How did you guys kind of?
We learned how to do it with just the 200 and VWAP.
Which is why we're telling you that the indicators are a true cheat code.
Yep.
Because we didn't have any of that.
Yep. And then when Sergio, I think it was Sergio, started talking about the 55 with David, and David was doing all the back testing. David started using the 55. And then the 9 got brought in on scalping, and then they all just kind of flow together. And like Coach said, I think he said it today, I believe it was, if it works, if it's better than, what we've got, and he can test it and it works, he'll put it to use.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we don't need it. It's trash.
Yep.
He'll do it now. He'll pull all the indicators off his screen and just trade straight VWAP.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Because once you get to that level, you kind of.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. He knows what it is. Because
that's like reading a book and a page in a book to him looking at that.
You know how he knows how to trade so well, and he does such a good job at it. And you know how we know our jobs and we're like, I'm good at it. I know how to process. I know how to do this. I know how to, X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. That's how I want to, instead of working for another company, that's how I want to do the same with trading, doing it for,
And you will. You will. Like, I can tell.
It's like I'm so fantastic at everything else that it's just like this is like a foreign language, but I'm learning and it makes everything starting to make.
Look, join the club. I've excelled at a lot of different things, and this is kicking my ass. So that's another reason why I'm up for the challenge, because I'm like, you know what? It's like I'm not used to not being able to master something. And that's another reason why I'm like, yeah, I'm not stopping this until I've got it to a science to where that faucet has been turned on.
Exactly. Agreed. I agree.
All right. Roll that beautiful Bing footage.
Let's do it.
Yep.
And no matter what, I make money on the trade. Even if it came all the way back down to $1.10, I still made money on that trade, right? Otherwise, we hold the line, we leave the mouse alone, we set the stop at or above what you paid, and let it run the rest of the day. Now, a good rule is, if you guys are especially new traders, if you bought like one contract, as soon as it goes green, let's say you paid $1 and it goes green, set your stop at $1. Try practicing this and let it go and see what happens. Worst case scenario, comes back, sells off, it was an even trade, right? Best case scenario, it teaches you to leave your hand off the mouse so it can do this, right? And now you've just 3x your trade. So what you once paid $1 is now worth $3. So you went from $100 to $300 on this trade. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Does now.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? I'm hard-headed.
You want to share your screen?
Oh, yes.
All right, I heard it come in. The doorbell has been rung.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a short.
Yeah. This is actually one of my favorites because he goes through it just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh, hold on.
If you're in the 2-minute EWO and you were shedding on pullbacks, we would add here. The reason is all of this could be profit. So this is our reward. You already know if it breaks and holds above VWAP, you do what?
Stop out.
I put stop.
You get out.
Yeah.
Get
Oh,
out.
sorry. Yeah.
So if that's the case, and I'm buying here, but I get out here, this is my risk. Look at how tiny it is. This is my reward.
But on that one, you have to a very tight stop.
That's
Right
it. That's all. Have a good day, Mike. Drop them out.
Sick.
The pool must be open.
Oh, wow.
It really is one.
He's actually going to come back. He's getting a Diet Coke. You know it.
Yeah.
He's going to get a Diet Coke button.
Coach has left the building.
That was in one of your mentorship videos.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's being a video coach.
Yes, thank you. But
Get a Diet
Input
Coke
or
button.
output.
right. But does that make
Look
sense?
at Spy
Everybody-
Coach.
I see it. Does
Apple's pulling.
does this make sense? Why I said it?
Yes, coach.
Okay, good.
Sure,
I know
absolutely
it's
does.
it's an advanced trade, but I don't care because your risk is so freaking tiny, but your reward is massive. Low risk, high reward. Those are A+ setups.
Profited nicely off that. Thanks, Coach.
Oh, good job. Nice work.
So
Right.
then this would be considered a triple bottom on Apple?
Correct. You get an American Dream trading coaster. Where are you?
What's that?
Who said it? It was
Enrique.
Enrique. Right there, Enrique. That's for you, baby.
Dang, look at that coaster.
Yes, that's yours. Okay, you can put your cold Schlitz, malt liquor, whatever you St. Ides. Okay, right there. Milwaukee's best.
Did he just
whatever
go
you
there and
got.
St.
The good
Ides?
stuff, right there. American Dream Trading. Good job.
Coach Google was in the same
5
situation.
puts off you up are amazing.
Look at.
On 1,100 acres in the middle of
I've got another one. Couple minutes that is actually on Tesla, and 2-minute
Pull it up.
from the beginning.
Pull it on up. Your head will pull it on up.
Hey, you're already 50% out of the trade. Let's review Apple now. Listen to the sound of my voice. Listen to the right now, right here, 20%. Yes. Hey, talk to you.
sir.
I'm talking to you. The reason is we went up, up, up. You see where this candle went? You see it? Don't like it. Take some off. I don't care if it continues to climb. You take some off of that and then let it do its thing. You can also see we had a change here, right? Anytime we start to see a change, we had run up. Now we got this little diamond peak. See it? Just let it do its thing. Take some money off. Get comfortable with doing that. Who has the highest percentage on a contract for Apple right now? I'm just curious what the percentage is to be up.
125% so far.
125%. You see why we lock in? We lock in as we go. We lock in on the pullbacks, right?
181%. I just made my first comma in 2 years on a $3,000 account by being an Apple Chat, and I'm shaking.
Did you guys hear that? That is 33%. That is over $1,000 on a $3,000 cash account being inside of the Apple Chat. Did everybody see why we shed some
remember
right there
hearing
on that last one on Apple? Right there was 50. Right there I said, and do you see how you guys were able to collect at the peak right when I said it? And then we're just getting this pullback, but you paid for it right there, didn't you? Now you guys are out 70%, all profit, 30% still left to run. Make sense?
That is awesome.
Well, I said Tesla. I meant Apple.
Let's watch this 2-minute EWO setup.
Yeah, but did you notice how the all the indicators were different colors now, and there's more of them?
Yeah. It's, yeah.
Isn't it calls on support? Support was at 450.67. Everybody seeing that on your pre-market sheets? So we can see here calls on support. Okay. That's this. You can see it came right back up to where we said. Now, if you look at the pre-market idea, it was 450.150. That was right here. You can see it hovered on this area, broke free, came back down for a retest. What do we do on support?
Calls on support. Calls.
Thank you. Here's your support. On our exact level we called out 35 to 40 minutes before the bell rang. There's your next level, and it just went up the rest of the day. So this is how you guys can use the pre-market setup. Let's look at the 2-minute EWO because this is where it can get tricky. Right here, this is danger, danger, danger. I don't like this stuff. And this is what sucks. This one right here could toast us, and that's okay. I'd rather that happen than the alternative, right? So let's look at your 2-minute EWO setup. Right here is your buy. That is this candle. It runs to the upside. You're making a ton of money. Pulls back. Touches VWAP. Never breaks. Runs to the upside. Flat lines. Pulls back. Let's look at this in a couple different ways. Let's look at this in a couple different scenarios. What I like to do is called a 50, 20, 20, 10 shedding method. This is where we like to shed or shave off some contracts, right? So let's say we started with 10 contracts.
How about that's the introduction of that?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, let's say the first pullback, we got rid of 50. The second pullback, we got rid of 20. It drops below VWAP, I'm out. There was no other time for me to continue to shed. Does that make sense? If it breaks through VWAP and holds, that's the second candle confirmation, I'm out. So if you guys got out here, I don't blame you at all, right? You made your money 50% here. It breaks VWAP. We get out of that trade. You made a ton of money, right?
You got some good Evo.
Mm-hmm. Those are some good videos. Those are excellent.
But, you know, you have to, at the end of the day, determine what kind of trader you're going to be. Are you more comfortable jumping in, just like Jen will watch some stuff and then we'll do some practicing. And she's the type of person that's more comfortable. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and take it. I'm like, yeah, but it's still moving to the upside. She's like, yeah, but you know what? Let's grab that. She's going to be a scalper at heart. Me, I am the type of person that actually will sit in it longer and watch it play out. You know what I mean? I can stand really heavy pullbacks and it doesn't freak me out, right? Because I know I got in, like, especially when I'm waiting in the weeds. But, and there's a flip side to that, I'm too good at it to where it's been to my detriment. I will let the shit go against me.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, at some point, collect some money. That I don't do anymore. I don't let it go against me. The only way a trade will go against me is if, like what James mentioned earlier, I get in and for whatever reason, it immediately pulls back and I'm red. I will call myself giving it room, but the room will end up coming closer and closer and closer to where I click it. And because of slippage, I end up red, you know? So
I remember, Dawn. Hey, Dawn, take the green. Take the green, Dawn. Take the green.
Yeah. And that is something that and I hear Mark talk about his trades where, and I used to hear GC say this, the minute they see that wick come out and the start of that next candle, if it had, and Mark's even taking it further, if he sees any hesitation at all in the candle, he's out.
He's out.
He's out. And
so
to the point,
candle like this, and you'll have your green candle, and then if a red or a little baby red just starts poking up on the side of it, that's when you need to
or if it starts flickering in any way, like I did have momentum, but now in any way, shape, or form. And that's what I need to get about myself. That killer instinct that it's no, out. And that first day I did futures, I had it. I was not messing around. If I saw it hesitate in any way, I took whatever I had. And it added up to $250. So why I stopped doing that, I don't know. It's like the old me was there longer. The new me had only been there for a day. So the old me ended up taking over the new me. Get out of here, newbie. You know, I wasn't used to being that way in trades. So I've been fighting to get back to that, but I keep still sitting in them. So
well,
I'm like,
don't feel bad, Don. If I knew why I did an eighth of the stuff that I do, I'd be a freaking genius.
So I'm like, I don't care. I got to just pull out. I got to just pull. When it starts hesitating, that's me. That's not because if I'm not doing the 2-minute EWO, then I'm scalping. There's no mixing of the two. So if I'm not getting in at the proper entry, anything I'm doing should be considered a scalp. So if it hesitates in any way, shape, or form, get the hell out of it, especially in futures, because you can get right back in. But you can't if you lose the buying power, which is stupid.
Yep.
Well, and I'd say I have a little bit of a rebuttal for that. I would say for beginner to moderate level traders, that is definitely 100% don't cross the streams. That gets preached all the time. But if you haven't had a red day since like I don't know October of the year before,
got a hybrid version, okay?
Scalping 2 or 3 candles while you still got 50 contracts in a 2-minute EWO. Hey, you do you, boo boo.
Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. I tell you what, GC and I used to have conversations about it a lot. He would call me up and be like, hey, did you look at his screenshots? Do you see what he's doing in the beginning of that trade? And we would talk about it in length. It's like he's scalping. He's doing a 2-minute EWO, but he is literally scalping his money off of that and just letting a couple of runners do the 2-minute EWO. So he's figured out a way to melt the two together and do it. But we're talking about David. We're talking about somebody that has a ton of screen time, a ton of trade time under his belt, and account to do it with. Because think about it. If you're scalping like that, then you probably got a decent amount of money. I mean, he walks away with no less than $1,000 out of each trade. So he's getting 10, 15, 20, 30 contracts. I don't have that kind of money. So if I get in there and try to scalp, I may end up red trying to do that shit. You know what I mean? With the little bit I have. So it's like, you have to also look, it's all relative, but yeah, he's a master at it.
Nice.
So what happened with your stop while paper trading today, Miss Dawn?
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, you've been thrown under the bus.
Uh-oh.
Couple times. Yeah.
I was told to ask you about your stop while paper trading today.
Who told you to ask me that, Maria?
No.
Who?
Completely irrelevant.
No, it is relevant. Who told you to ask me that?
Chad.
You mind your business, Chad H. Yeah, that was another thing that went in my journal today. Yeah, I did not use stops.
Runners, because I do remember JC. He used to talk about that in the live many moons ago. I haven't even heard from him in a minute with Coach, but yeah, he would talk about the runners. So what you would do is you'll take a portion of that trade and then you'll just turn them into runners in your mechanics and whatever platform you're using, right?
Yep.
What's the good amount of runners that you should let run off your trade?
Okay, so Coach does the shedding where he does.
I think that depends on your risk tolerance.
Okay.
Yeah. But Coach sheds 50, 20, 20, 10. So if he puts 10 contracts in, that first 50%, he takes 5 off the table, right? Then he'll do another 2, then another 2, and then he lets that one run forever. Because at that point, you've taken most of the profit off the table. I mean, one, you know, if you've got one, now you don't want that to go against you. You don't want that to go in the red, because then it can possibly cut into your profit. But yeah, let that runner go. See what the stock does after that. You got one contract in there, you know?
See, it's hard for me because I'm working off when I did do the trading and I take a break to study, I only do one share, it's not like I have a lot. So I need to have at least more in order to do that. So once I work my way up, I
For
could do it.
sharing, yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
if you're doing a small stock and you're only doing one share, doing the 2-minute EVO, obviously don't let it go against you. But if it does, you take it as a learning opportunity. Go back and review when you should have gotten out, when you would have shed if you had more. And if it's a small enough stock, depending upon the size of your account, go ahead and get 2.
Okay.
So whenever you think is the proper shed point, sell one and let the other one go.
Okay.
And here's the thing. I used to do something that I called, it was boot camp. It was EWO boot camp. I would purposely buy one contract to force myself to sit in something. Because if I got out of it, that meant I could have been getting out of a losing trade. So that trained me. Remember I said I could sit in it when it pulls back? That's what taught me how to do that. I would get one contract, and because I didn't want to risk getting out of a trade that could potentially run forever, I would sit in pullbacks until the cows came home, right? Because all I had was the one contract. But to James's point, you don't want to, and I know I don't do this anymore. I go ahead and take the green with one contract now. I just have to take whatever I did. But yeah, back in the day when I was still new, I had let it turn into a whole nother red EWO. And sometimes it came back and I would end up green, but it was rare. So I learned you can't, when it breaks VWAP, you shouldn't be doing that. And I was sitting in it when it broke VWAP. I'm like, yeah, but you told us to sit in it. Coach was like, yeah, no, there is a cutoff point. And VWAP is it. If it goes under VWAP and breaks and holds under VWAP, you got to get out of there. There is no more 2-minute EWO. That EWO is done. Stick a fork in it, right? So, yeah, if it crosses VWAP, that means you are now in a different area.
Okay.
VWAP is your baseline. So if it's above VWAP,
cuts through that baseline through VWAP and that candle starts sticking through there, get the heck. Okay. I got it.
If it's a very large candle, like a gamma candle that pulls through VWAP, or if it's a break and hold, because you'll get some candles that'll pull down through VWAP and end up just being a wick through it, and it'll bounce and turn around and go back up.
Okay.
So it needs to be a break and hold.
Yeah. Or a very large gamma candle that, just yanks through VWAP, which happens.
Okay. So if we have a break and hold right there and I have my stop loss set in place and that candle is going down to the downside, long as my stop loss is, even if there's a break and hold right there, long as my stop loss is right there and it's going down, it's going to stop it from even going that route, even if I wanted to get out. So what would supersede over it? Would it be the my stop loss or
okay, so I'm trying to picture what you're talking about. So say you're in what type of trade? Are you in a call or a put?
Oh, just a regular share.
Okay.
Yeah, the shares.
Yeah, because I haven't got that.
Yeah, even if your stop is, set your stop below VWAP if you're in an EWO, after you've gotten so much gain. When you first get in the EWO, you've got to give it room to breathe. Now, don't do 25 to 40% in shares.
Okay.
That's for contracts. You want to do, 2% maybe, depending on the price of what you're playing.
Okay.
But like I've noticed TSLL, if I do a 3%, that puts me like $5 away from the current price. Well, that's a hell of a gap. So I generally do about a 1%, and sometimes a 2, depending upon how it's moving.
Oh.
Yeah, after you get in the profit and it gets up so far, you move your stop up to VWAP. You want to stay a little ways away from VWAP because a candle can come down and just wick through and turn around and bounce back up.
Okay.
So if you're too close to VWAP, that wick will get you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wicked wick every time.
And other traders are watching the same thing you're watching. So they'll pull it back up because they know it tends to bounce there. So you'll have traders that are trained to know that, okay, calls on support, and they'll end up driving it up. So just when you think, oh, it looks like it's going to break through, no, everybody else is not always thinking that. They know it's a bounce point. So go with the status quo. If normally that's what happens, then be prepared to get out and go to the upside. If you can get back in, great. But if not, go ahead and take your green or shed,
Okay.
But I know that's something else Coach has said, and I'll have to ask because I'm not 100% at this moment if it strictly applies to contracts or if it's contracts and shares. But I know for contracts, once you get into the green, you move your stop up to break even or slightly above. The further up in the profit you get, the more room he likes to give it to breathe. So he won't move his stop up until it starts to show signs of pulling back.
There's a 50% rule there.
Yeah.
Where he's just wherever, like say your stock is up $20, he'll move his stop up to like $10 profit.
Okay.
You feel me? That way you've got $10 worth of movement for it to come down, and you've made 10 over what you paid.
Got it. Okay.
So he says do it halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, and and then if it jumps up another $20, you move it up that equal amount. But
move it up another 10.
I don't want to say how that would apply or translate to shares.
No.
That I'm not 100% on right now, so I don't want to confuse you or lie to you.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Another thing that I like about it is, and you can apply this to shares. This is something that I've gotten from Coach that is real good. When you're using your stops, right below the 9. It depends on what it's respecting. If those candles are respecting the 9, put it just below the 9. That means it's going to bounce off the 9 and you're not going to get stopped out. Give it a little room for a wick to come through, but put it between like the 9 and the 21. Put it midway between there. That way you're giving it a chance to run. Use the 9, right? If it's respecting the 21, you might want to pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Because if Coach goes 21 and out, so if it gets down to the 21 and it's going out, me personally, if a stock is running and it's above the 9, I don't put my stop down at the 21 because that's too much profit to give up. So if it's above the 9, I will keep it right below the 9, between the 9 and 21. And if it's sitting right on the 9, then I may go ahead and put it down at the 21.
Okay.
Right? And then if it breaks that, I'm out. You know what I mean? If it's sitting right up under the 21 line, then I'll allow myself to get stopped out because,
Okay.
It's just stuff you will end up eventually learning and picking up on your own.
And more screens, more and more I look at it, and every day, even after the live, and we're in that,
I heard you.
Can ask questions and stuff like that. It really helps.
Yeah.
It does.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got to speak up, Lane.
What do you think? Tomorrow,
The dogs. I think the
I'll
dogs.
be out. Okay. But Monday, Friday, I'll be back on. I have.
You're breaking up.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear
No,
me?
you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow and Friday I have some events going on, so I won't be on the show.
Oh.
Back on Monday for sure.
All right.
And my
Well,
hat and my T-shirt is coming in the mail. I can't wait. Thank you so much, James.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Did I have my Haley came in and said hi? Did I have my mic muted?
No.
Okay.
I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, she come in and said hi and just kind of stood there like, okay, fine.
Oh, I
think I had my mic muted.
No, I didn't even see her because I was listening to Marlena talk about the fact that she was going to abandon us for the next 2 days.
I know. I'm so sorry. Okay.
But no, and by the way, thank you again for the birthday tip. Look at you tipping early, and you weren't going to be. That was awesome. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate you guys. I love your face.
Well, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to go ahead and end with Coach's rules as I normally do. Thank you both for being here. Thank you guys down in the chat. J-Dog, Miranda, Maria, Chad H, Mr. Stoppage. Everybody down there in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to smash the like button on your way out if you haven't already. Don't forget to share the content out. Don't forget to go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get your membership if you have not signed up. If you do want to leave a birthday tip, the tip jar is located also with the American Dream Trading in the replay of the video in the description. All tips are much appreciated. Thank you guys. And next week, yeah, it's on me. I'm buying the hat. So if we get a chance to play, I don't know what we were doing yesterday. We were going over some stuff, but we've had some really good aftermarkets. We've been going over some good strategy stuff. So I'm liking these. I'm liking these conversations. They're good.
We were helping.
Yep. Because ultimately that's what it's about. The games are cool, but ultimately the getting to learn on is what it's all about. So let's see here. All right, you guys good? Anything you want to add?
Keep studying. Everybody work hard at it.
That's all it takes. Put the screen time in. All right, y'all. Have a good one, and I will see y'all mañana.
Hello everybody, my name is James and I'd like to talk to you about one of the best decisions I've made joining American Dream Trading and how Coach Chad Christian has changed my life in so many ways that I can't count. One that means the most to me personally is the restoring confidence in myself and my ability to do better and be better. For that, Coach, I will forever be grateful. Thank you, and thank you for the community that you've built in American Dream Trading.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.